As we have successfully configured SQL Workbench to connect to the MySQL database that is running on top of Docker container, now it is time for us to create tables and load data into those tables and preview those things using SQL Workbench itself. Earlier we have done this using command prompt, and as we have to recreate the container to make sure that SQL Workbench can connect it to MySQL that is running as part of the Docker container using port binding, all the tables are gone. However, we have recreated the database and then user. We have granted permissions on the database to that user. Using the credentials, we are able to validate our SQL Workbench to connect to that database. If we go to tools and if we actually click on show database explorer, at this time we don't see any tables because we haven't created any tables. As we have SQL Workbench set up, if the script size is small, we should be able to open the script here, and then you can actually say execute all. It will take care of executing the complete script. If you want to open, you just have to go to file, then say open, then go to the location where we have that SQL script is, and then click on that script. It will open in the worksheet, and you should be able to execute by using that execute all option. In our case, the script is under projects, MySQL to Mongo, MySQL DB, retail DB, and createdb.sql is the file. However, that file is more than 10 MB. You can validate by going to File Explorer. As part of the File Explorer, if you go to Documents and then Projects, MySQL to Mongo, MySQL DB, retail DB, you can see this create_db.sql script, which is of size 10 MB. It is better to use the script using command line, create the tables, and then we should be able to preview the tables using Database Explorer. We should also be able to run queries as part of the worksheets which are created here. We can create as many worksheets as we want by right clicking on this, and then by saying add tab, we should be able to create new tabs. Let me close this for now, and then let me go to PowerShell. In this, let me connect to the container by using docker excc-it MySQL_retail. MySQL is the command which I want to use. -u, the username is nothing but retail_user. -p to prompt for the password. -d to connect to the retail DB. As retail user have all the permissions on that DB, he will be able to create the tables and also get data into those tables. For that, we can use that createdb.sql script, which is under retail_db. The script name is nothing but create_db.sql. We have mounted the retail DB folder from Windows onto this Docker-based container in this location. So as I have specified the fully qualified path of the SQL script, we should be able to run this without any issue by using source command. Now you can see that tables are being created and the data is being loaded into those tables as the tables get created. Now I can launch the SQL Workbench, connect to it using the appropriate profile. We are trying to connect to the MySQL database that is running on the container using localhost 3306, username retail user, password itversity, database retail. Now I can go to the Database Explorer and I should be able to see the tables while they are being created. If you want to run the queries, you can run the queries using this tab. If you want to increase the font to make it bigger so that it is visible, you can go to Tools, Options. You will see bunch of options to customize the UI of this tool. In this case, I am interested in increasing the font size. So I can say fonts, editor font, I want to change it to 18. I can say OK. Even data font, I want to change it to 18. I want to use Arial. Then 18, then say OK, then say OK. Now I can actually run select count of 1 from departments. This is one of the table. Like this, I want to run count on all the tables, departments, categories, products, etc. I'm just copying this and pasting in different line. We have 6 of them, so I have pasted all the 6 commands here. Let me move this down a bit. Let me delete this. We have 7 here. The last one is customers, then order items. orders. The beauty of using IDEs like SQL Workbench is this one. You can actually quickly use a command as template, and you should be able to refactor, and you should be able to run much faster compared to using the command line approach. And then products, then categories. Now I can right click on this. There is a typo in categories. Let me fix this. I can right click on this and then say execute all. It will actually run all the queries, and you can see the counts here. So with respect to departments, count is 6, categories 58, products 1345, orders 68,883, order items 172,198, customers 12,435. If you want to preview the data of one table, instead of running query here, you can actually go to tools, database explorer. Already it is there, so we can actually go there, and once you select the object, you can see columns, SQL source, etc. here. You can actually choose one of the tables here. Earlier the table was not selected, and hence we have seen fewer options. Now as I have selected the table, for example orders, I can see columns in the orders, the SQL command which can be used to create this table. We can preview the data, we can see the indexes, we can also see the references if there are any onto this table. You can also see any child tables that are associated with this table. There should be child tables associated with it, probably as part of the script. The constraints are not defined, it seems, but that's fine, we can ignore for now. However, we are able to see all the information that is available. We can see the column names, we can actually see the SQL source which contain the create table command, we can preview the data, we can see the indexes, all those details, right? So this is the beauty of IDEs like SQL Workbench. We can connect to multiple databases using SQL Workbench, and you can actually connect to multiple types of databases. It need not be MySQL alone. You can connect to Postgres, you can connect to Oracle, you can connect to Informix, you can connect to SQL Server. You name a relational database, there are connectors associated with them, and SQL Workbench will work seamlessly with all those databases. So this is how you should be able to leverage SQL Workbench to get the information from the underlying databases, and you should be able to perform the operations as well based on the permissions granted to the user. So in this case, the user retail_user have permissions to manage the tables under retail, and hence I should be able to delete data from these tables. I can insert data into these tables. I will be able to even drop the tables. I will be able to add tables into this database called as retail, so on and so forth. I hope you will be liking SQL Workbench, and I would highly recommend you to use tools like SQL Workbench rather than struggling with command line. The productivity will go up significantly. No matter how much experience you have with respect to IT, you should start adapting the IDEs such as SQL Workbench to interact with the databases.